Citizen Letter to Canadian Citizens. Dear fellow citizens, I do not seek to use you for my own personal interest. I simply believe that all the stars are aligned for us to take action together. I consider Canada Post to be the most reliable means of communication in times of disrupted normalcy. These services are federally sworn and possess security clearances, unlike our politicians, whose responsibilities do not include such obligations when seeking office. I have witnessed issues in the handling of criminal investigation requests involving certain federal political figures. Too often, the RCMP is sidelined from investigations by decisions of the Minister of Justice or the Prime Minister. That is why I value the idea of creating an independent department separate from CSIS and the RCMP, reporting directly to the House of Commons rather than to the Prime Minister. This would ensure that any report concerning the potential compromise of a member of Parliament could be presented transparently to the House, with the approval for an investigation in full openness, accountability, and transparency. Citizens are exhausted. Everyone is exhausted. This is not a joke. I, however, am not exhausted. I still have energy and determination. For 5 years, I have been studying and designing a form of protest that is legal, peaceful, economical, secure, and repeatable. One that avoids gatherings on Parliament Hill that can pose risks in terms of management and threat assessment. I ask you to act as citizens who value the Postal Service in order to protect our essential public services. Writing to the government is a legitimate and effective way to make your voice heard and defend your rights, without violence or chaos. It is also crucial to highlight the government's refusal to table the 2025 budget. We need an independent national coordinator to ensure the continuity of national objectives, regardless of which political party is in power. Our administration must respect the foundations of governance, foundations that are currently being neglected. I am not seeking to lead such coordination. My role is to show people that it is possible to protest intelligently and responsibly. We are living in a cognitive war. We are being told things that no longer make sense, and we are forgetting the essential, the upkeep, maintenance, and protection of our public services and institutions. Our schools, students, police forces, and essential workers are struggling. Despite efforts made in recruitment and support, citizens' interest in working for the state is eroding. This situation endangers both public service and the collective interest. Let me be clear. I am not against any political party. I am against partisan or personal decisions, lack of transparency, and lack of accountability that lead to serious errors in government. Everyone is equal before the law, but too often the law is not applied equally. Be wise and thoughtful. You may be the ones to show future generations how to protest intelligently and effectively. It is time to return the voice to citizens, to support our federal MPs, and to refuse any waste of public funds caused by negligence or political ego. Writing a letter to your MP, every day if necessary, is legal, free, and supports the interests of Canadians. It is a fundamental right guaranteed by the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Do not forget your duties. Criminal Code of Canada. Article 51. Intimidating Parliament or a legislature. Anyone who commits an act of violence with the intent to intimidate Parliament or a provincial legislature is guilty of a criminal offence and liable to a maximum imprisonment of 14 years. SR, CHC 34, Art 51. Please remain polite and clear in your language. Support your MPs across all parties. We need to put a tourniquet on the deficit hemorrhage. The problem does not come from the machine. It comes from the operator. And let us not forget, we are the Human Resources Directors of Canada. Damn it. 311. Truth as a defense. No one is deemed to publish a defamatory libel if they prove that the publication of defamatory material in the manner in which it was published was made for the public good at the time it was published, and that the material itself was true. SR, CH, C34, Art Up 275. Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Article 2 Mental Freedoms. 2B. Freedom of thought, belief, opinion, and expression, including freedom of the press and other media of communication. 2. C. Freedom of peaceful assembly. These freedoms are essential in a free and democratic society. Use them to make your voice heard and to contribute to the protection of our public services and democracy. We have 11 days to send letters to Ottawa. Considering 3 to 7 business days for delivery, we must act quickly and efficiently. Support your members of parliament in saying no to the 2025 budget plan starting today. Say no to further debt and reckless investments. Let us protect our public services, our democracy, our economy, and our country, Canada. Use 3 pages per standard envelope to facilitate security check.
Section 311, when truth becomes a legal defense, no one shall be deemed guilty of publishing defamatory libel if they prove that the publication, in the manner it was made, was done for the public good at the time it was published, and the matter itself was true.